I'm Paulina Leiser, producer of Focus Today. Thank you for watching this video, and make sure to check our other videos at theDove.us.
Welcome back, and delighted to have back with us today Debbie Chaves. She's the Executive Director of the Colorado Family Action CFA Foundation. Recently, she was one of the speakers there at the Breaking the Silence conference hosted by the Church for All Nations. And today we want to talk to her about how you may not be aware that some of the things you're involved in financially could actually be funding Planned Parenthood. Real eye-opener. Hi, Debbie. Good to see you. How you doing?
Hi, Carrie. Thank you so much for having me.
First of all, your response to these videotapes that's been released over the last couple of weeks.
Well, quite frankly, this is a modern-day Holocaust. It's absolutely shocking, and it's horrifying to see the images and to even hear that dialogue.
Yeah, it's and then of course the other one that came out yesterday. So how would churches possibly not know that their support in various organizations could be going to Planned Parenthood?
What we see with a lot of retirement plans, with a lot of investment plans, is we have people that may not be directly funding, but it's an indirect way of funding an organization that supports Planned Parenthood. And we see that with multiple cell phone organizations that might have a third way to fund through the money that you're giving to that cell phone company.
So what would a church do if they have an investment plan for employees? What should they do?
You know, I would definitely tell them to have their investment operator check and see where those donations are going, where those investments are, and find out if those connections are connected to another party that is directly funding from that third party, or if they have a party actually in their investment portfolio that might be funding.
Well, this would hold true for individuals as well, wouldn't it?
It absolutely would. And I think this is a great opportunity for us to speak from the pulpit about being good stewards. And as good stewards, we want to make sure we know where our money is going. And we've got some great resources out there. One of the new ones that popped up in the last couple of years is secondvote.com. And I'm not sure if you've heard about Second Vote, but they do a great job of profiling companies for us. Okay.
Now, since this whole videotape on Planned Parenthood has been released, a couple of things have come out of that. A lot of large companies who've been named on their website are saying, no, we've never supported them. On the other hand, it's caused a lot of people to say, who am I invested in, and are they giving money to Planned Parenthood? Some of these group investment packages, can you request to get out of them? Can someone say, no, I don't want to be there?
You know, I'm not a financial analyst, so I don't really know the path it's going to take to get out of there, but I certainly think we need to start having that dialogue. And we need to make those requests to our financial advisors, because when the pressure comes on and we say we no longer want our money to go there, I think that's when there's going to be a statement made. We see that Planned Parenthood pulled down their donor list off of their website, and they had those big donors there for a reason. It was their claim to fame, and now all of a sudden they don't want to be on the website. So this is a great time for us to all take a second look at where our money is going.
Do you think, or have you heard any more pastors that may be literally speaking out on this now and say, hey, look, individuals and groups, see where your money's invested? I mean, do you think that will happen from the pulpit?
I do think that will happen. In fact, this week I just spoke with Jack Hibbs, who's out of Chino Hills, California, and he came out to Colorado to speak to a bunch of Family Policy Council leaders to help them understand what it looks like to ignite these pastors to not just empower their churches, but to empower their people in the pews. Where's your stewardship going? What are you involved in? Where is your money being planted? And are you really planting good seeds out there in society?
Do you think, I know there is some move in Congress. I think we're all saddened that they're going to go into the summer recess and they didn't move this forward faster. But do you think when they return, we may see a genuine effort to defund Planned Parenthood?
I think we will. It looks like we might see that on Monday. The U.S. Senate is looking at actually addressing that issue on Monday to see if they can push that bill forward. That is 1881, Senate Bill 1881.
All right. Do you know the procedure? I mean, it's a bill that will come through the Senate and the House and probably go to the President and get vetoed. But at the end of the day, this is a funding issue. Isn't that a House of Representative control? I mean, they control the purse strings.
Well, they do. And I think this is where phone calls right now make a difference. In fact, I would encourage people to call their senator today, because if that pressure comes on in the Senate so hard that we want this defunded and that Senate Bill 1881 needs to be addressed immediately, I think that we can put the pressure on and get this done.
That's wonderful. Well, I guess what I'm hearing you say, though, is that we ought to use this as an opportunity to look at all of the things that we may be invested in, whether it's an individual or group, certainly church retirement plans or whatever they may have in that area, just to see if those dollars go to a company and that would be funding Planned Parenthood. And I would assume that whoever their investment counselor is, that they could figure that out. I'm assuming. I'm not a financial advisor, you know.
Well, and that's the best option to go with. And right now, like I said, secondvote.com is a great place to start. What they do is they actually look at companies, they rate them on how well they support or oppose the issue of life, the issue of marriage, and religious freedom, the environment. And they might have a company that they profiled and they find out that company is neutral. They might have a company that they say this company doesn't directly fund, but they indirectly fund, and they will paint out the path of that indirect funding. And it's a great place to start and have the tool then to figure out where your money's going. They also profile those great companies that support things like pregnancy centers.
Oh, wonderful. Well, Debbie, thank you. And again, your website is churchforallnations.com, right? Okay, thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll be right back.